Only the fox got nose. 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 Only the fox got nose.
Nice. All right.
Hey guys, I'm going to leave a timestamp on this video and a couple minutes for me to react to the extensive BABYMETAL guide, but I'm just gonna blabber on for about 2 minutes, so if you just want to skip that real fast and check that out. But I just want to say a few things before I get into this reaction about this BABYMETAL video, because I've been reading a lot of your comments and I wanted to address a couple things. So I've been going down this BABYMETAL rabbit hole for a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks now. I've been learning a lot. I've been watching these videos and stuff, and I've been reading your comments. And so what happens is, you know, I still work at my job. I work like 40, 50 hours a week. And so what I'll do is I'll jam everything in on my days off, and I will, you know, compile everything and then release that stuff. And then throughout the week when I'm at work, I'm scheduling all those videos. And so those videos will become public after that time, and that's when I read your comments and stuff. And so many of your comments have been saying react to BABYMETAL live stuff, and a lot of other kind of just comments on BABYMETAL and their songs and what I should listen to and different lore and stuff. So I read all of those. I read all of them, I do. And so I'm sorry if I don't respond quick enough. This week and in the following weeks, I will be checking out more of their live things, so I will respond to that kind of stuff. But this video in particular was recommended to me, and so I'm going to be reacting to this and watching this. And one more thing I want to say really fast is I just want to thank you guys so much. Thank you for all the support. I've really loved BABYMETAL. I didn't think I would love it this much, but you know, my channel, I review all kinds of pop culture stuff, movies, TVs, anime, TV shows, gaming, different kind of stuff like that. And now I'm reviewing different types of music, and BABYMETAL is like, you know, I've really enjoyed it. I was like, wow, this is actually really good. And so I've really enjoyed that, and the videos are getting great responses, and I just really want to thank you guys for that very much, because I have a very small channel, and hopefully one day I can do this as my job, and I'm actually close to getting monetized and getting into the program. You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, and thanks to you guys watching these videos and watching all the way through them, I'm like 5 away from 1,000 subs. And I've like 400 and something watch hours left in order to get there. It's a huge milestone. I've been doing this for 3.5 years, and it's just been this never-ending crawl getting up to that point. But that's a huge milestone I can pass, and I just really want to thank you guys so much for that. When I do reach that milestone, I will make an official video and let you guys know, and thank you very much for that. But I hope you enjoy this video. I hope that you know, you'll watch all the way through it, which helps the watch hours. And please don't forget to hit the like button and all that stuff. I really do appreciate that. I think that's everything I wanted to cover. I'm probably forgetting stuff. But in any case, let's get into it now. Let's pull this up here. And this is called The Not So Extensive Guide to BABYMETAL. This came out last year. Many of you guys recommended it to me. I'm gonna sub to this guy and like his video. And let's do it.
Little to the left. There! Woo! Yeah!
Hello and welcome to my not-so-extensive guide to BABYMETAL. This will hopefully be entertaining. However, if it isn't, it will at least be informative, and if not that, I will be content to know I drained away some of your precious free time. Also,
I will say, I'm gonna have to stop and start this several times in order to make it transformative, of course, and I'm reacting to it. But definitely go check out this guy's channel. I noticed that this is the only video they've got, I think, unless they uploaded something else. Go check this guy's channel out, give him a sub and a like, helps that out. And I'm listening to the voice. This is an AI voice. Whoever made this video used 11 Labs AI. I've heard this voice actor before. This is an AI voice video.
depending on how much further you are in the future, there could be an updated version of this guide linked in the description. Now, with that settled, and without further ado, let's continue. So, you may be asking,
There they are.
or perhaps not, what exactly is a baby metal? Baby metal is a Japanese kawaii metal band. Kawaii meaning cute or adorable, and is a subgenre of metal they created.
I did not know that.
ベビーメタルの音楽は元
As you know, Baby Metal's original music concept was the integration of two elements, kawaii and metal.
から可愛いとメタルの2つを融合した音楽性でやっているんですけど、その音楽
I think the concept still has not changed.
性は今もなお変わってないと思っています。
They were formed in 2010, and their name comes from the birth of this new style of metal which fuses Japanese pop with various genres of metal. The three members are Su Metal, Moa Metal, and Momo Metal.
スーメタルです。モアメタルです。モアメタルです。We are BABYMETAL!
They are backed by a group of session musicians known as the Kami Band for live shows. Their discography includes 4 studio albums, a greatest hit album, a large amount of live albums, and DVD Blu-ray releases. Despite what some may think whenever they hear Japanese music, Baby Metal hasn't produced any music for anime. Though they
I could have swore they did. I know now they haven't, but it's shocking because a lot of their songs are just like, wow, this sounds like it could be an anime intro song.
did create the opening song for the Western cartoon Unikitty.
What the hell?
Baby Metal originally started as a subgroup of Sakura Gakuin, an all-girl Japanese idol group themed around school life and extracurricular activities, which was formed in 2010 by the Amuse Talent Agency. It should be emphasized that Sakura Gakuin was not actually a school, so all the girls still attended a regular school. The group would normally contain between 10 and 12 members at a time, of whom fell within the ages of 10 to 15 years old. Members would transfer out and go on to other ventures when they had finished compulsory education. And leading up to that, they would release an annual studio album and hold a road to graduation concert.
Amazing. I will say this video so far, I like this. It's already slightly more informative than the other one that I watched.
Then,
Slightly.
new members would transfer into the group. They had released 11 studio albums, one for each year, up until it disbanded in 2021. Baby Metal was originally formed as the Heavy Music Club by the producer Kei Kobayashi, with the founding members Suzuka, Moa, and the now former member Yui. They released 4 songs under Sakura Gakuin, but only 3 appeared on SG albums in some form. All 3 members also continued to do other SG activities in addition to performing with Baby Metal while they were still members. In 2013, Baby Metal split from SG and became an independent act due to Sue's graduation and leaving Sakura Gakuin and the rising popularity of Baby Metal, while Yui and Moa remained in SG until their graduation in 2015.
How come we don't have schools like that here in the West? Do we have schools like that here in the West? I don't know. Maybe we do. I'm not sure.
Now let's meet the members of Baby Metal. First off, we have Sue Metal.
Oh, now I remember. I forgot what I was going to say at the beginning of the video. Last week, I uploaded a bunch of Baby Metal reactions. I got to tell you guys this. I watched Rat-a-tat-tat-tat, if that's how you say it. I love that song. I reacted to the music video. But no matter what I tried to upload it to YouTube, and it got blocked. I think because the band that they were partnering with, you know, maybe they're more stricter on their music. Some people are like that, you know. Depending on what agency it is, they just block anything if it's even close. All my Baby Metal videos are copyrighted and stuff, so if I was making money, I think they'd get it. But they're not blocked. But that one kept getting blocked. So I have seen Rat-a-tat-tat-tat, the music video. I love that. That was one of my favorite ones. I was like, whoa. Especially when they're like, I gotta say this. Where is it? Hold on. So especially when they're doing their thing and they're in the music video and they're looking at each other, and then the girls are like, rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. You know, they're moving their head back and forth. And then they look at the guys and the guys do it too, and then they bust through the wall. That was one of my, that may be my favorite music video that they've made. I don't know if it's my favorite song because I really like Karate, and then Con was really good. I'm not sure what's my favorite song yet, but I really enjoyed that one. And so I tried to upload it, and nothing I did made it upload, so I just wanted to let you guys know. But I'll try to react to that one live, which I haven't seen yet, and maybe that'll get passed and it won't be blocked.
Full name, Suzuka Nakamoto, who was born on December 20th, 1997 in Hiroshima, Japan. She has been a performer most her life and was admitted to Actors School Hiroshima at the age of 8, where she also performed with her sister Himeka in a duo called Tween. She was signed by a Muse talent agency in 2007, after she had finished in second place at an audition held by the company.
We used to have girls like this, like back in the 70s and 80s, like Child, like pop stars like this, but now they've all turned into these alcoholic, drug-using, you know what.
She was then placed in a group called Karen Girls, which had been formed to sing songs for the anime Zettai Karen Children, and then disbanded when the show had ended. Later in 2010, Sue became one of the founding members of Sakura Gakuin, where she became the lead vocalist of the Heavy Music Club because of her surprisingly powerful vocal ability and unique stage presence for such a young age. She had also become the student council president during her final year and had a single solo song titled Sakura Iro no Avenue. On BABYMETAL,
I applied to be student council president when I was in high school. Everyone loved me, but I don't think the teachers would have it. I spent my entire speech just making fun of all the teachers, so.
First 2 albums, Sue Metal has 4 solo songs: Akatsuki, Rondo of Nightmare, Amore, and No Rain, No Rainbow.
Interesting.
Sue usually takes the leadership role for BABYMETAL in most situations, including media appearances. She has worked very hard to improve her English over the years as well.
Very nervous, but after a few songs, the audience react to our singing and dancing.
That's interesting.
Really wanted to perform there, so I'm very happy that my dream came true.
I didn't know they knew any English.
She also has songs that she sings entirely in English, such as Believing, From Dusk Till Dawn, and the English versions of both Elevator Girl and The One.
Man, I'm gonna react to those. I didn't know any of this. This is way more informative.
Her life dream was to become a singer and songwriter, with the former coming true early in her life, and the latter when she became the credited lyricist for their song Divine Attack, off their concept album released in 2023. Sue has spent years expanding her vocal capabilities and has always surprised listeners with her range, even learning to rap specifically for their song BMC. Yet despite her very serious nature when it comes to her role in BABYMETAL and her ability to project a very commanding presence on stage when needed, at her core, she is a girl that is incredibly sweet, goofy, and dorky incarnate.
Ha!
Something
Dorky
she
incarnate.
often unleashes on stage.
Ha! That's so great. I like that. It's noticeable too. I've noticed that a lot. Like there's just this innocent but kind of dorkiness about I think a lot of their personalities and stuff. But it's nice. It's genuine, you know? Like it's not fake.
Next up, we have Moa Metal, full name Moa Kikuchi, born on July 4th, 1999 in Nagoya, Japan. Moa is the shortest member. As I was saying, Moa is the shortest member of BABYMETAL, standing at just 5 feet tall. Even today, she struggles with her eternal battle with smallness.
However, as we grow in age and height and adapt to new environments,
年齢とか身長とかの成長とか、あとは環境の変化。
Moa started performing at a very young age and was signed by a Muse in 2007 after winning a competition held by the company. In 2010, Moa joined Sakura Gakuin, where she became a member of the Mini Patty Cooking Club, donning the green bandana, the Twinkle Stars Baton Club, and the Heavy Music Club where she took the role of Scream and Dance, though it may be best to not take the word scream literally. When BABYMETAL split off in 2013, she continued on with SG, and like Sue before her, became the student council president in her final year.
Dang.
Before she eventually graduated in 2015. During the early years of BABYMETAL, Moa was a member of the subunit known as Black BABYMETAL with Yui Metal, where they performed 4 songs as a duo.
Black. Why's it gotta be black?
Onidari Dai Saxon, Song 4, GJ, and Sis Anger. She was also credited as writing the lyrics to Song 4 together with Yui. It is currently unknown if Black BABYMETAL or any of these songs will return now that Momo has joined BABYMETAL. Moa does enjoy singing, which she has been doing since she was in Sakura Gakuin, even doing a few special solo performances, such as taking the lead role for their song Headbanger at concerts to celebrate her birthday, and performing several Black BABYMETAL songs by herself. However, she has said she has no desire for taking lead, as her passion is for dancing, something she has worked hard mastering, as she had very little experience in it when she joined the group.
They're all great dancers. If you're new to my channel and you haven't seen my other reactions to these BABYMETALs, one of the things that stuck out to me the most was just like their singing. Their singing was great. The music sounded amazing. And I noticed how modest they were. Not just in the way they dressed, but also like their movements and dancing. Like there's no getting up there and what's the stupid thing? What is it called? I'll think of it here in a minute, but basically, you know, they turn around and shake their ass and kind of stuff, and like there's none of this suggestive kind of stuff. Twerking, there it is. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word. There's none of this like weird kind of nasty, sensual, like sexual stuff going on. Like it seems very modest, you know, but it's very well choreographed. That's one of the first things that stuck out to me. I was like, wow, like these girls are freaking rock stars, and yet they have this really genuine element, and I like that. I think that's you know, I think that's really good. I like that.
In fact, her only greater passion may be for food, which she loves.
Oh, I like this girl. She's my favorite. There you go. She's my favorite. You gotta love food. What the hell is this? God, that looks good.
And she's quite determined to make sure this isn't missed by anyone.
This is Moa. Moa, okay. It goes without saying, I think about idle things and food.
Moa has always been a kind-hearted and loving person, and someone who really enjoys interacting with the crowd so as to better show her love and appreciation for the fans. Apparently that applies to security guards as well. That is, if she isn't bonking them over the head while she continues to fight a losing war against the flag.
Fatality.
Now, onto our newest member.
Momo.
Momo Metal. Full name Momoko Okazaki, who was born on March 3, 2003 in Fukuoka, Japan, and she moved to her hometown of Kanagawa at the age of 3.
So there's Sue, Moa, and Momo. There's Moa and Momo. And what was it? The one who left? Yui, right? Mo Yui? Or Yui, I think.
She joined Amuse in 2014 and transferred into Sakura Gakuin in the following year, and like Moa, joined the Mini Patty Cooking Club, except donning the yellow bandana, as well as the Science Logica Club. Momo loves to dance, with her dream once being to become a backup dancer to an artist. Her training started at around the age of 9, becoming skilled in ballet, hip-hop, and jazz. So when she joined SG...
Ballet, hip-hop, and jazz.
She became known as one of their best dancers, and even choreographed a dance for the group. She is also the daughter of the famous Japanese comedian, stage name Hanamaru Hakata, and this could explain her sense of humor and all-around goofy nature, as well as her propensity to smile a lot. Like seriously, she seems to love smiling more than breathing.
All of us look better when we're smiling.
If she does something better than dancing, it's probably smiling. In fact, the perpetual energy generator might be a myth, but the perpetual joy generator may have been proven with the existence of Momo. She appears to be a living embodiment of a fusion reactor of joy, spreading happiness everywhere she goes. Momo has also had a modeling and acting career, appearing in commercials and TV shows, as well as making a film debut with Itazura and a Kiss in 2016, and even playing Elizabeth Midford in the Black Butler musical in 2017 to 18. Then, in 2018, she graduated SG and left Amuse to transfer to a high school abroad so she could fulfill one of her goals of studying English in a native-speaking country, and didn't reappear to the public eye until her appearance at the Taiwanese music festival Super Slipper 10 in August of 2019 as an Avenger, one of the 3 rotating backup dancers for BABYMETAL that temporarily filled the empty spot left by Yui's departure from the group, fulfilling her dream to be a backup dancer for an artist. Momo got beyond her expectations and was able to accomplish something she probably thought of as impossible.
Oh, what did he say? What club? What club do you want to join? Heavy music club. Man, she was raised right. All these girls are like raised so right. Dang.
Her implausible wish came true when on April 1st in 2023, she was finally named Momo Metal, taking the role of Scream and Dance in BABYMETAL. Then
What a humble dream, too, by the way. It's a humble dream. All she wanted was to just be a backup dancer. She ain't that anymore. She definitely excelled that. Man.
less than a year later, during the concerts to celebrate her birthday, she proceeded to take the role Scream, literally, when she took the lead role for their song Headbanger, as well as the special performance of Metataro. Though I am pretty sure Moa was just wishing for reinforcements against the flag, and very rarely do we get everything we want.
Flawless victory.
When Momo had joined BABYMETAL, it had been over 5 years since the group had started operating as a duo with just Sue and Moa.
So they did it as a duo for 5 years. And then they started bringing in backups. If that was 19, then that's 6 years ago. That's when they started switching up. So from 19 to 14, so Yui was there for 4 years, and then she left. Then for 5 years, it was just the two of these, and then they started bringing in backups. And then just recently, in the past few years, Momo became the official third person, I think.
Yui Mizuno, formerly known as Yui Metal, had stopped performing with BABYMETAL in late 2017.
I wonder what this guy's take is gonna be. I'm unsure. I have my gut is you know, kind of rumbling. It's like she says that she left because sicknesses or stuff, but it's like, man, was something else going on? Was like their hidden turmoil or something? Let's see what this guy says.
Due to an undisclosed health issue, and officially retired from the group on October 19th in 2018 with a statement of her decision, which also thanked and apologized to her fans and those she worked with. This was the last time she has been heard from since then, except the brief comments made in the Sakura Gakuin 10th anniversary book. Yui...
One of you commented and said that, you know, they're very private, Japanese people, about, I guess most people are, but about like personal medical stuff. I don't know. Over here it just gets out. It's all about gossip. But over there, they're much more private. Like, people don't pry, in other words, as much.
Had tried out for Sakura Gakuin with Moa at the age of 11 with the song Over the Future from Sue's former group Karen Girls, a song BABYMETAL would later perform a cover of at their Legend D concert in 2012. She was a sweet and shy girl who was good at dancing.
Look at this guy sitting right here. I would feel so awkward. This looks like when they're young, doesn't it? Man, because they're like young teenagers. This old dude right here, he's like in his 20s, maybe 30s. Well, he looks 30s. I would feel so awkward. Just sitting right here. I'd be like, what do I say?
And loved tomatoes. And the music from Sue's former group inspired her as it helped her endure a family member's life-threatening illness. Throughout their time in SG and BABYMETAL together, the three girls had regarded each other as family, and that hasn't changed after her departure. Most importantly, Sue and Moa has said they supported Yui and respected the decision she made to leave, as well as whatever she chose to do in the future. A message some of her fans should take to heart.
It might be a little bit of both. It may be that there was health issues, but maybe like there was some, I don't know, you get older, you change your dreams, you change your goals, life happens, maybe she just wanted to take a different path, and I don't know, no one knows from what I understand, no one really knows, but it could have just been solely like a health thing too. We don't really know.
BABYMETAL started as a quixotic brainchild of Koba Metal, full name Kei Kobayashi, who has been a producer at Amuse since 1996. He had felt the metal scene in Japan was getting increasingly old and needed a jolt of youth to jumpstart the genre's popularity again. So, after he was assigned to Sakura Gakuin, he began creating the Japanese pop metal fusion group he had planned.
That's a great idea. I listen to a lot of rock and roll. Man, we need like a baby metal, but like a baby rock and roll or something here in the States. Like some youthful something to rejuvenate it, That's a great idea.
When he had heard Sue singing at the Karen Girls' farewell concert, he was convinced that with her vocal capability, she wouldn't be overwhelmed by a full metal band. So he chose her to be the lead vocalist. Then, to add an idol-like dance aspect, he recruited Yui and Moa, and then began working with Mikiko Mizuno, the choreographer that was assigned to Sakura Gakuin. She had been teaching dance since 19, based on her experience in ballet and street dance. Though she had no experience with the metal genre, she was able to adapt her choreography to the music and has become a key part to BABYMETAL's success since the beginning, as the dancing became integral to the group. When the girls began working on the music, they were shocked at what they had begun working on, as none of them had experience with metal, and had initially found it to be scary.
That's funny. The fox sign is our symbol.
Had also mistook the devil horns that is often used by metalheads for fox shadow play, something that was then adopted by them.
It's fingers or hand.
The mistake also became the foundation of the sci-fi fantasy lore that surrounds the band. Lore that is filled with puns, pop culture references and parody, things Koba has a fondness for, and can be quite convoluted, so it is...
Look at that, in the Metalverse of Madness. And then it has like the Marvel style here too. The other one, in the Metalverse of Madness. That's clever. I guarantee it's better than that retarded movie. I have a review on my channel. Big Marvel fan for the first 10 years. Reviewed a lot of their... Well, not during that time, I didn't have a channel. But I love that stuff. Pretty much after Endgame, though, it's all went downhill pretty bad. I cover all that stuff. Man, they need like a life preserver or something, because my God. Multiverse of Madness, Marvel's mom. God, that movie sucked.
It's impossible to go into too much detail with this video. With that in mind, I will only cover some aspects that commonly come up. An example is that when BABYMETAL introduces themselves, they will use a pun with the English word death instead of the Japanese word des. As des means I am or we are and is pronounced similarly. The fox hand sign they adopted became the inspiration for the fox god, BABYMETAL's fictional god of metal that summoned them. Also, whenever there has been a question in an interview they can't or don't want to answer, they have been known to respond with,
"Only the fox god knows."
That's clever. That's clever. I like that.
You will see a lot of fox imagery in various aspects of BABYMETAL, including some elaborate set designs they've had over the years. A fan is also referred to as a kitsune, the Japanese word for fox, and occasionally magitsune as the female equivalent, while BABYMETAL refers to the whole of the fan base as the One, for which they wrote their song of the same name in tribute to them. They also created the English version, because they were touched by all the overseas fans who learned the Japanese lyrics of their songs. Another thing to be aware of is April 1st, also known as Fox Day, which is the official holiday of BABYMETAL. A lot of releases, announcements, and concerts happen on or around this day.
April 1st is Fox Day. It's the official holiday for BABYMETAL? Okay.
And you will see it repeatedly appear in their past. Now let's discuss some of their history and how they reached to where they are today. Early on, with almost no budget due to being a part of a fledgling idol group, BABYMETAL had sourced their clothes from friends and family.
Wow.
They also couldn't afford a live band through their earliest years, performing to backtracks, and later adding a group called Baby Bones, who wore skeleton costumes and danced around while pretending to play the instruments. Starting
off with not much money and then working themselves up. That's always an endearing story.
They eventually made their live debut at the first
This guy released this video on April 1st, 2024. Fox Day last year.
Sakura Gakuin Festival in November of 2010 with a performance of Doki Doki Morning. The song would eventually be released on SG's first album in April of 2011 and then as a digital single. Eventually a music video for it was released on a limited edition DVD in October of 2011 and sparked their first instance of going viral on the internet
I did react to that one. Doki Doki Morning.
Same year.
I heard one of you commented what they were saying in the video was stuff like relating to like my heart's pounding and I'm getting excited or something like that.
Then in March of 2012, a cover of Doki Doki Morning was released by the band Kiba of Akiba on a collaboration CD single with BABYMETAL, where each band would cover each other's song. This led BABYMETAL to performing Kiba of Akiba's song Animation with You at many of their early shows. Unsatisfied with only performing at regular SG events, BABYMETAL slowly began performing at places like strip malls, small venues, and eventually in August of 2012, they became the youngest performers to ever play at the Summer Sonic Music Festival in Japan. They were on a small stage near the food court usually reserved for people like stand-up comedians and were a late addition to the lineup with the tickets already sold out, so the girls were worried no one would come see them. However, their music drew a crowd regardless, as many surprised by their performance had stopped eating to watch the curiosity.
I would have.
Then, with their growing popularity online, they had their first performance outside of Japan in November of that year at the Anime Festival held in Singapore. Also in late 2012, on October 6th at their Legend Eye concert, BABYMETAL's live session band known as the Kami Band had made their debut for 2 songs. Then, on February 26th of 2014, BABYMETAL finally released their first
Look at all these.
album.
That's their first album. I haven't heard BABYMETAL Death. Megetsune, Gimme Chocolate. How do you pronounce this one? Ian? Or Ian? I thought it was line. Many of you told me because on my thumbnail I've did the L for line. I just need to change the thumbnail. I thought it was an L. I'll change it. Haven't heard Akatsuki? I don't think though. Doki Doki Morning I have. Not that one, not that one. I haven't heard any of these other ones. I heard Headbanger's good though. I haven't listened to any of the other ones yet though. I'm just a baby. I'm a BABYMETAL, but I'm just a baby into this stuff. I only have so much time. I'm trying to catch up.
Titled BABYMETAL. This was followed shortly after, on March 1st and 2nd, with them performing at the Budokan, a venue that has obtained worldwide fame, with many legendary artists performing there. This also marked a milestone for Sue, as she had dreamed of performing there since she was a little girl. It was also the point where the Kami Band would become a permanent presence for the group. Then after the shows, BABYMETAL announced their first world tour, which included the US, the UK, and various other countries in Europe. The album release and the Gimme Chocolate music video going viral online led to what became a major step forward for the band, when they were invited to the UK Sonosphere Festival in 2014, as this would propel them toward being legitimized on an international level. Initially, they had been slated on a small side stage. However, due to the buzz online and a grassroots effort by BABYMETAL fans, they were moved up to the main stage of about 50,000 people, which became their first large stage outside of Japan. The girls had initially been worried the crowd would not accept them, as UK festival crowds are notoriously hostile.
UK festival crowds are notoriously hostile? I was just about to say I'd love to go to the UK. I plan on doing it one day and visiting and checking it out. A lot of cool people in the UK. And he says they're notoriously hostile? Guys from the UK, is that true? Are you guys like like violent and stuff when you get in the crowds?
Most of the people there had no idea who they were and were perplexed at what they were seeing.
Oh, there's not a lot of diversity in this crowd. Oh man. That would from some people here in the States and in the UK even, that would be a no-no. That would be like sinful.
But by the time BABYMETAL were walking off the stage, they were shouting for more. On November 8th of 2014 at O2 Academy in Brixton, UK, they debuted their song Road of Resistance, a song created in collaboration with Herman Lee and Sam Totman of Dragon Force, and it would eventually be released.
Dragon Force? I don't know what that is. Did you guys know that for most of the people watching YouTube videos, only a small percentage of those people are actually subscribed to those channels? But subscribing is really quick and easy. All you have to do is first to make a YouTube account, which is free, and then after that, go down to the video that you're watching, hit the like button, which goes a long way in helping out the algorithm, and then go over and hit the subscribe button. After you've hit the subscribe button, click the drop down arrow and click the option that says all, so that can notify you whenever a new video from this creator has dropped. Subscribing is free, and making a YouTube account is also free. It allows you to keep up with all of your favorite content creators, and of course it goes a long way in helping out my channel, and I really do appreciate it. So with all of that being said, back to the video. I haven't heard of that, but it sounds awesome. I love dragons.
As their first single of their second studio album. Later, on June 15th of 2015, they would attend the Metal Hammer Golden Gods to accept the award for Best Breakthrough Band, where they would also perform Road of Resistance and Gimme Chocolate, both with Dragon Force as their backing band. They had previously performed Gimme Chocolate with Dragon Force a few days before the award ceremony at the Download Festival in the UK, when BABYMETAL crashed the event with an invite by Dragon Force after the event coordinator had rejected the numerous fan requests to invite them by saying that they had no place at Download and were only a Japanese fad.
Did you hear what that guy just said? The director rejected them and said that they didn't have any place. Let me play that back. Listen to this.
A few days before Road of Resistance and Gimme Chocolate, both with Dragon Force as their backing band. They had previously performed Gimme Chocolate with Dragon Force a few days before the award ceremony at the Download Festival in the UK, when BABYMETAL crashed the event with an invite by Dragon Force after
Dragon Force invited them to this.
The event coordinator had rejected the numerous fan requests to invite them by saying that they had no place at Download and were only a Japanese fad.
They were only a Japanese fad, so he rejected them. The organizer rejected them and said no, and then Dragon Force, who was scheduled here, was like, no, we're gonna get him in here. Man, time to check out Dragon Force.
BABYMETAL's second album, titled Metal Resistance, would release on April 1st in...
Oh, here we go. This is their second album. I've listened to Karate. That's it. I haven't heard any of these other songs. I don't think. No. I've only heard Karate on their second album. Man, I've got a lot of catching up to do. The one I heard was good.
In 2016.
Oh, they have an
The
English
international
version.
release included the exclusive track From Dusk Till Dawn, while the Japanese version had the song Syncopation instead. The international version would also include the English version of The One instead of its Japanese counterpart. Their 2016 tour then kicked off on April 2nd at the Wembley Arena in the UK, which eventually took them back to the Download Festival in the following June, but this time with an official invite and on the main stage.
This guy back here, this guy right here in the corner, I think he's dead. I think he died of something.
In July of that year, BABYMETAL had also made a special appearance at the 2016 Alternative Press Music Awards in the US, where they performed their single Karate, and afterward, Rob Halford of Judas Priest joined them on stage to perform the Judas Priest songs Painkiller and Breaking the Law. They then concluded the world tour
God
with two
damn.
back-to-back shows.
Look at that. God. That's insane. Look at all those people.
At the Tokyo Dome, with about 55,000 fans attending each night, and where Sue would troll Moa in front of them. I do wonder if Sue was brave or naive. Throughout the year in 2017, BABYMETAL supported various artists as an opening act on their world tours, including Metallica, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Guns N' Roses.
No one cares about Red Hot Chili Peppers. If you're a fan, I'm sorry, but no one cares about them.
Korn and Stone Sour.
All the others are great.
Several of their shows. They then commenced their 5 Fox Festivals
I actually like a few of their songs, but...
tour, where they held several shows in Japan with specific audience requirements such as all male, all female, all teenagers, and so on.
Oh.
This tour concluded with the big Fox Festival shows, with the final one on October 15th being the last time BABYMETAL would perform as the original trio. Prior to the Legend S concert that was held in December of 2017 to celebrate Sue's 20th birthday, it was announced that Yui was advised by her doctor not to perform at this show. Sue and Moa had considered canceling it, but...
Oh, it was 2017. Okay, I guess I heard it wrong. Maybe then they only were a duo for like a couple years.
Moa knew how important it was to Sue, as it would take place in her hometown of Hiroshima, so they agreed to continue on as a duo. This would also unfortunately become the last show
Look at that.
Kami band member Mikio Fujioka would perform with BABYMETAL.
Oh yeah, that's the dude who died.
As their longtime guitarist passed away on January 5th of 2018 from falling injuries suffered while stargazing.
I would love for them to expand on that. Tell me more, please. I knew he fell. Falling injury while he was stargazing? Was he like on a bridge or something? Just looking into the sky? And then he tripped? You could have played it up a little bit better than that. I mean, I don't know how you'd reword that, but maybe that is the best way to word that. I would love to know more about that. A falling injury from stargazing. What does that mean? Like, explain, please.
While the Dark Side Law had been planned far in advance of these events, it became truly reflective of the most difficult year for BABYMETAL, as Sue and Moa, as well as the fans, tried to adjust to the absence of Yui. Sue and Moa had also discussed quitting after Yui left, but chose to continue on so as to leave open the spot for her if she would return. They also wanted to prove that they could do it themselves, and though it was hard, the struggles had created a stronger bond between them as they learned to rely on each other more. The 2018 tour would see them return to Download again, to a massive crowd, despite the entirety of the tour being a dance formation experiment with additional backup dancers to support Sue and Moa, and even a change in costumes to make them look like elves. And,
is that what they're supposed to look like?
Whatever this is.
Whatever this is. Yeah, that's how I would describe it too. That's that's a bit of an odd one. It reminds me of like what those priests were wearing, I think in the first Conan movie, with Arnold. What the heck? Carney outfit feathers.
The following year was an improvement over the last, when in June of 2019, the first major concert of the year was held. With it came the announcement of the Avengers, which would fill the empty spot, restoring the three-person formation fans preferred. They didn't sing, nor have a mic, and it was never announced who the three girls were. However, fans at the shows were able to recognize them as Riho Sayashi, formerly of the J-pop group Morning Musume, who is now a solo artist and actress, and Kano Fujihira, previously from Sakura Gakuin, who later joined the J-pop group 1-5, as well as the now current member of BABYMETAL, Momoko Okazaki.
Look at all
this
these
would
girls.
also be the concert that their song Papa Ya, from the album that was coming out later that year, would make its live debut, featuring the Thai rapper F Hero, who appeared personally to perform his part. Then on
Let's listen to that. I need to listen to that song.
October 11th, BABYMETAL had its first headlining arena show in the US, which was held at the Forum in Los Angeles to coincide with the release of their new album, with Momo as one of their Avengers that night. The show would also feature the new additions to the Kami band, as 4 members from the US were added to the lineup. The album, titled Metal Galaxy, had 14 tracks on the...
So this is their third album. Am I getting that right? Da 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 Dance. Matsumoto? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard that one. Oh my god. I don't think I've heard any of these yet. It's less than 10 songs that I've heard so far. Less than 10. Have I... Matsumoto? Maybe I did react to that one. The names, I'm not sure. I don't remember. That one and how do you say it? Kaguroi? Something like that. Man, I'm probably butchering the hell out of that. Those names are sticking out. Either I have them lined up to react to, or I've already reacted. I don't think I have, though. I'm not sure. I need to go back and look. I've slept since then, and you know, once that happens, it all just, you know.
International release, and featured various artists, among them Tim Henson and Scott LePage of Polyphia on the song Brand New Day, and Joachim Broden from Sabaton on O Majinai. The Japanese version of the album also featured 2 exclusive tracks, BMC.
Oh, I have heard that one. Okay, all right, now we're talking. At least one from this track, BMC,
which would later be released worldwide as a digital single, as well as Up Down Left Right BBAB, which to this day has never been performed live. In exchange, the international version would feature the English version of the song Elevator Girl. Somehow I think everyone not in Japan got the short end of the stick. By the end of the Metal Galaxy tour, which ended in March of 2020, Momo had become the only Avenger still actively performing with BABYMETAL. On October 30th of 2020, BABYMETAL was featured on Bring Me the Horizon's track Kingslayer. Both bands had been friends since they had met at the Kerrang Awards in 2015 and supported each other ever since, with BABYMETAL bringing them on their 2019 tour in Japan. So in honor of that friendship, Bring Me the Horizon wanted them featured on their post-human survival horror EP. Moving into their 10th anniversary, BABYMETAL was then invited to Kohaku, NHK's 71st annual television event held on December 31st of 2020. This would be their first...
Who's this chick down here? Oh, you can't see her because I'm in the way. This chick right here. This is like the first fat Asian chick I've seen in this entire video. Look at all these people, all these Asians. Man, they probably think we're just a bunch of slobs. I saw them memeing on us whenever, like, the tariffs and stuff were going down. And I saw them memeing on X, and they were making AI videos about us. And the AI videos was Americans, like, working in factories, doing the jobs they do in, like, their sweat factories. I gotta give it to them, they were funny, because all of the AI videos were a bunch of just fat, mostly white and black people, just morbidly obese, like just like putting together like these little toys and like sweating and stuff, and they were all like, they probably view us as a bunch of slobs. Like they're all in shape. Almost every one of them are like healthy and fit. And we're all over here. Like 60% of our population is just not just fat, but like obese.
Time, and the honor of performing at the event is by invitation, and only the most successful Japanese singing acts are invited. It is a big highlight for their career, as it is typically the biggest television event in Japan. The artists are split up into teams of all male and all female, and at the end of the show, the judges and the audience vote to determine who performed.
Look at all of these people. Look at how, man, they have great genes. I mean, their women are just like, man, if it was us. I love America. I would not want to live anywhere else. I'm not one of these snowflakes who are just like, rah, rah, I hate this country. No, I love this country. I don't want to be anywhere else. But man, if this was us, God, that'd be like, everyone would be plus size. There'd be a bunch of chicks with like short 14-year-old boy haircuts, and there'd be like blue hair, green hair, red hair, pink hair. Everyone would have a nose ring. All the guys would be gay. Like, you think, oh my gosh. Oh, this is so respectable. Look at this.
Better. The female team won.
Look at this guy. Oh, I will say what he's wearing is a little that's a little gay.
Year, which they hadn't done since 2016. Starting in January
Maybe
of
it's not
2021,
considered that.
BABYMETAL would perform once again at the Budokan. They held 10 shows from January to April to celebrate their 10th anniversary, as well as the final chapter of the metal resistance era. And all 10 shows featured all 10 songs off the best of album they released, as well as the return of some fan favorites that hadn't been performed in years. On October 11th, BABYMETAL released a piano rendition of the one titled Stairway to Living Legend.
Look at
And
that.
with it, they announced their hiatus by saying that they were going to be sealed from the world. BABYMETAL then went dark without any appearances, and it caused many to speculate over the following months that BABYMETAL had ended. Meanwhile, during the hiatus, Momo appeared on Girls Planet 999, a Korean reality show to compete to become a K-pop idol for a new group. She introduced herself by playing Blackpink on a kazoo.
And at this point, she has already been the backup singer and dancer for the band when they're going on this hiatus. Maybe they did try to disband and then decided, no, let's come back. Let's see.
I think we are all very grateful she was never serious about winning this competition.
Yeah.
Some of the speculation of BABYMETAL's disbandment was alleviated when on April 1st of 2022, BABYMETAL revealed the Other One Restoration Project, which proceeded to slowly release snippets of new songs over the months, leading up to the October announcement of a new album, a return concert in 2023, and the release of their first single, Hey Wait, doesn't that look like Momo? Nah, it could just be me seeing things.
So they were kind of working it out behind the scenes, and around that time is when I guess they were deciding to make her the official third chair.
January 28th and 29th of 2023, BABYMETAL held their concerts signifying their return, with Momo once again appearing as the Avenger. During these concerts and the performance of Doki Doki
Look at
Morning
that.
would mark the first time 3 unnamed performers would appear from the Metalverse, a multiverse of parallel worlds. This new trio then proceeded to perform the song with BABYMETAL while in a mirror formation to them. It was quickly figured out by fans that the lead singer was Miko Todaka, formerly of Sakura Gakuin, and the 2 backup dancers were Sakia Kimura, also formerly of SG, and Kokona Kato from a Muse camp. These concerts would also be the last time to date that we would see the Eastern members of the Kami band perform with BABYMETAL. Then at the end of the concerts, there was an indication that BABYMETAL would finally get a long-awaited third member, and caused a spiral of debates online about who it would be, though I think it's likely Momo. On March 10th, BABYMETAL made their first appearance on The First Take, a YouTube channel where artists would perform a song of theirs in only one attempt. They chose a special piano rendition of Monochrome, a single off their album, The Other One, that then released on the 24th.
Is this their fourth album? No, this is the one where they gathered their 10 best songs. So they only have they have 4 albums, I think. But these are like their best songs. Metalism? I've listened to that one.
And was the final album they released as a duo. The next set of concerts took place on April 1st and 2nd, and the first day would proceed to cause panic and anxiety among concert attendees as it repeatedly talked about the death and end of BABYMETAL. While the new trio of girls did not replace BABYMETAL, they did make an appearance again at both of these concerts when they performed karate.
Look at these girls. These are 3 different girls? How do you tell the difference? They all look the same to me.
Alongside them. Then at the end of the first night, the long-awaited new member was announced.
Momo.
Momo had said she was anxious going into these concerts as she was worried that BABYMETAL fans wouldn't accept her, and all 3 of the girls were relieved as the cheers erupted. Sue and Moa had determined that the chaos of only 2 members had to end for them to continue on, and decided that the only way forward for BABYMETAL was as a trio with Momo, and were incredibly grateful she was willing to take on the burden of joining a group with such a long-established history. So they decided to put an end to the old BABYMETAL and re-establish the group with the 3 of them.
Ah, so that's what they meant by the death of it. And this was in 2023, I think he said?
With the death and end of the old BABYMETAL came the beginning of an all-new BABYMETAL, and with it, a newly revised logo.
That's very clever. They're very dramatic, but it's clever. It's interesting lore, you know, like it draws people in. I like that.
From the end of these 2 concerts, they would then venture into the Metalverse for their new story arc that would replace the previous 10-year-long Metal Resistance. The new tour would then kick off with them supporting Sabaton on their European tour, something that was announced in 2022, which makes me wonder why people were so worried during the concert. On August 18th, they released a new single titled Metali, featuring Tom Morello, which would be
I've reacted to that one. That's a good song.
First song ever released as the new BABYMETAL.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Interesting. So that's their first one as their new... These are the new BABYMETAL because now they're the official 3. And this was their first one that they released as that. Okay.
They would go on to perform it live with their return to Summer Sonic as the headliner of the Mountain Stage. This was also the festival that the mysterious trio would return once again, after their appearances at the BABYMETAL concerts earlier in the year. The new kawaii metal group were named Metalverse, and was another brainchild of Koba, and this name will never cause any confusion at all, ever.
So they're also called Metalverse, or they're just a part of something called the Metalverse?
Instead of the 3 members they had as they mirrored BABYMETAL, there were now 5, and performing their own music. Joining the original 3 were Miki Yagi and Yume Nozaki, both former SG members, and the latter who then left Amuse on March 31st of 2024. Then BABYMETAL went on to their North American part of the tour when the unthinkable happened. Someone threw something at them, a bracelet which Moa happily accepted, and started a chain reaction of gifts thrown at them through the rest of their tour.
That's great.
Then beginning on October...
That's great. That could have gone in 2 different ways. Like, if she didn't handle that well, you know, then security would have just came and tried to throw that person out. But because she handled that so gracefully, then they all just start throwing gifts at them. That's how you do it.
October 31st.
I mean, I guess it's dependent on the gift. Like, I'm thinking about what just happened recently in one of the NBA games. Someone threw we'll call it an adult toy, the WNBA. They threw it on the court when the women were playing. And then someone in the stands laughed. And they tried to kick him out. Maybe that's a bit different.
A musical festival called Next Fest was held in Japan by Bring Me the Horizon, and BABYMETAL performed there in support of them. On all 4 days of the event, the two bands finally performed the song Kingslayer together. As the 2023-24 tour came to a close in March, another collaborative song was released titled Leave It All Behind, with F-Hero and the Thai rock band Body Slam. Now that the anniversary of the formation of the new BABYMETAL has passed, is the point where we come to the end of the guide. There was only so much room, with many festivals, shows, and events that couldn't be included. So I only covered what I thought was the most interesting and most relevant for the current state of BABYMETAL. The group is progressing at a faster pace and doing things they have never done before, with many more festivals and shows in the future, including their own music festival in Japan, which is scheduled in May. Maybe when it becomes a necessity, I will make an update to this guide. Other than that, as for what the future holds for BABYMETAL,
Only the fox god knows.
Exactly what it is.
Great video. That was a great video. This is, I think I accidentally hit the thingamajiggy. Let me go back to what it was. There we go. So, that was a great video. Very informative. Very informative. He covered several things that I actually had no idea about. I'm getting better at remembering their names too. I'm really, really bad with names, but I'm getting better at remembering them. Great band. Great and interesting lore. It seems like every year they're getting more and more popular. And they have a new album coming out like in a matter of days. I'm going to get this video edited and then try to get it out today. But I think it's August 8th is their next video coming out, or their next album coming out. And so if I am remembering right, but I'm still very new into all this stuff. I am listening to their songs. I have a lot of live songs that I need to check out and listen to. And that's most of the lore. I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on the lore and where the band's coming from and what they've been doing and stuff. And I have to say, I'm a very big fan. You know, as I've been doing this channel and I've been covering like pop culture and different stuff, I really didn't have, years ago now that I started, didn't have really much intention on covering music. And I would say maybe a month or so ago now, maybe a little bit longer than that, a guy at work that I was working with, he told me about BABYMETAL, and he let me listen to something. I forget what it was. It may have been the karate song on his phone or something, but I just listened to a little bit of it. And then I reacted to a video on my channel, and it did very well. And then a week passed, maybe 2 weeks, and I reacted to another one, and I really enjoyed it. And then that video did very well too. And I thought, man, these videos are doing good, and I really like this band. I liked them more than I thought I would. I was like, I don't know, because I don't listen to a whole lot of metal. I listen to some, but not a whole lot. But I was really liking the sound and the way it was going about, and it was just very intriguing, the whole thing. And so I started to get into it, and I was like, let me just kind of go down this rabbit hole. And then everyone started leaving comments, and they're like, you got to listen to this, you got to check this out, you got to do this. And it's been wild, man. And so I'm like at the tip of the iceberg now, and there's still so much. And now it's like in less than a week, all new songs are about to just drop like crazy. But many of you recommended this video and were like, this is really the extensive guide. This is the one you got to check out. And so I really appreciate that. And like I said, I've been reading your comments, and I try to get to them. You know, I've been working this job, and I work outside and it's summertime right now, and it's like 100 degrees, and it takes up a lot. And then I just have a couple days off, and I try to smush in to my channel to get as much as I can. But my channel has been really growing quite a bit in the past few weeks, and you know, I'm an itty bitty little channel, but it's taken off, and I'm covering all kinds of stuff. But these videos are doing great, and I want to thank you guys again so much. And I also have been recommended many other Japanese metal songs. I'm trying to think of their names. What is it called? Is it like Harokiri or something like that? I don't know. I made a list, and then I've got a list of songs, of baby metal songs that I need to listen to. And so I will, over the next many weeks, I'm just going to be going through them. I'll try to release one music video a day amongst all my other pop culture stuff. And as I always say, you know, because I cover some political stuff too, just whatever I want to talk about, but a lot of pop culture stuff. If I ever talk about stuff that you're not interested in, or maybe you're on the other side of the aisle, that's cool, man. You know, I remember growing up, me and my friends, we were friends. We'd insult each other and call each other names, and then we would talk about who's in charge of the country or something going on, and we'd cuss each other out and then disagree. And then at the end of those conversations, we'd go and eat and have lunch together and play video games. It's like, man, can we just get back to that? Like, we don't have to be like, you know, you're either with me or against me. It's like, okay, maybe I disagree on some stuff, or you disagree with me on certain pop culture stuff, or a movie or a TV show, or Eileen or something. But if you like baby metal, I like baby metal too, man, and we can agree on that. We can find common ground there. And so that's where I'm at. It's like, man, let's do it, man. Let's get into this together. So I think this is cool. I really appreciate your recommendations. Please leave a comment below. Let me know which live songs I should react to next. I have a couple lined up, but I know you guys want me to react to some more live stuff. So I'm going to check that out. And let me know what you thought about this video. Leaving a comment helps out the algorithm. Hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button. It's all free. All you got to do is make a YouTube account. That's also free. And I really appreciate it, guys. I appreciate all your support and all this good stuff. Thanks for recommending this. This was cool, man. I learned a lot. I like this a lot. I think that's going to be it, though, guys. Thanks for watching. Till next time.